Charles IV, King of Bohemia and Holy Roman Emperor, had a long and successful reign. The empire he ruled from Prague expanded.
Bueno. Hola a todos de nuevo. Vamos a seguir con la campaña de Kingdome Deliverance. O jugando, más que nada, no con la campaña porque estamos haciendo misiones secundarias, etcétera, etcétera. Oh, ¿qué estaba haciendo acá en...? Ah, está en mi estoy en tal... No, estoy en Escariz. Oh, no sé. Ratash. Jugar los documentos. Pero si rato si no está... Si rato si no está acá. O se tomó el buque para Neuhof. What the... Es el arco. No. Que tardó en cargar una bocha. Eso porque mi compu está haciendo algunos que otro proceso. Y no se está bancando la renderización del juego. Guardia, ciudadano, ciudadana. No hay nadie.
What are you...
Be a bit more careful.
What the hell are you doing?
Intentando pasar.
A bit more careful. Look where you're going.
Janek. ¿Que no hay nadie? Capaz que se fue a la verga ese Rat City. Y está en Neuhof. Muchos libros. Bueno, con eso voy a poder avanzar lectura bastante. Capaz que si Ratzi está en Neuhof. porqueriza. Y acá, si no acá abajo puede estar. ¿Quién sos vos? ¿Y acá? Acá, no puedo entrar. ¿Y acá? No creo que un Sir duerma por acá. A ver esos libros que agarré. Carlos V. Al reino de Bohemia. Nota, lo que hay aquí escrito es sobre el buen rey Westeros es una sucia mentira. Sigmund es zorro, pero ese zorro es un hijo de mala madre y un traidor de este país. Westeros es el auténtico rey. ¿Cuánto de lectura tengo ahora? 7. Al leer, el cansancio y el hambre llegan el doble de lento de lo habitual. El carisma, cojín. Si está cómodamente sentado, tiene una ejecución de lectura doble. Lector ávido. El nivel de estudio del libro que hayas leído más avanza, automáticamente se duerme. El nivel de estudio del libro que hayas leído más avanza automáticamente mientras se duerme o se deja pasar el tiempo. Bueno, entendí bien, pero bueno. ¿Robé algo más? ¿Por qué estoy tan pesado otra vez? No, 30 flechas. Por esto sí. Entonces esa era probablemente la pieza de ese Ratsit. Dos. Ahí está. ¿Las siguen marcando como robadas a las hombres esas? No. Entonces yo quiero repararlo. Después vamos allá a Neuhof, a ver, capaz que está ahí ese Ratzik. Ah, pero es el armero que necesito. No. Sí, el armero.
Good health to you.
Cierto que me daba diálogo regatear.
I'd like to discuss the Well...
Is this enough?
That's not enough.
God be with you, Henry.
Aye.
Una misión por acá. Capaz que... El escriba, seguramente el escriba. Acá no hay libro.
Welcome, Henry.
A ver, ¿qué quiere que haga Merino?
I hope I can be of help to you, Knight.
Do you know Elishka? The wife of the man who was hanged recently?
The one that's with the executioner now.
That's her.
Life can be cruel sometimes.
Right. And do you know if she has kinfolk somewhere around?
How should I know? Now, if you don't mind, I'm very busy.
If Elishka stays with the executioner, it'll end up being your problem anyway.
Christ, oh, all right then. Tell the scribe.
Where can I find him?
He's suffering with some ailment, so no doubt he'll be lying in his chambers above his study, on the top floor of the rat house.
I wouldn't beg, good neighbors, but I'm reduced to this. I'm from Scarlet and, well, you know...
Master Bailiff? Is there...
Nothing of interest to me.
You look like you've got a lot on your plate, Master Bailiff. Is work keeping you busy?
Busy. I've had so many visitors, I wouldn't wonder if the door fell off its hinges.
What's going on?
I've been given the task of putting some of the Scarlet's refugees to work. It's not that there's a shortage of jobs, the problem's sharing them out fairly.
I understand. Everyone has mouths to feed.
The worst part is they won't tell you who really needs a job the most, but you might be able to help, Henry.
How?
They're like to be more honest with you, so you can find out who's in the most need. And you can decide for yourself who'll do what. Will you help?
Okay.
If you need help, I'll do whatever I can.
You're a godsend. I'm sure it won't take too long. You know how the refugees are getting on, don't you? But ask around if you need to find out more.
What kind of work are we talking about?
Well, old Hagen is looking for a cook, and we need 5 carriers.
A cook and 5 water carriers. Sounds simple enough. Is there a problem?
A little. We need 3 water carriers, but the other 2 will have to carry, begging your pardon, shit. Or as the Pope would say, excrement.
Is there anyone who can tell me more about it?
Yes, the merchant Conrad Hagen is the one looking for a cook, so you can talk to him. And young Alex will know which of the Scarlet's folk are best suited to the job.
Okay.
How come that's such a cause for concern?
For one thing, they're afraid of me, and I can't get a straight answer out of any of them. So how the hell am I supposed to make the right choice?
Oh, they're desperate. You can't blame them.
I don't, but I might end up picking some good-for-nothing who'll just booze his wages away.
Ok, ya sabemos a quién no contratan.
Can you tell me anything more about the cook?
You'll have to ask Hagen yourself. I couldn't get a straightforward answer out of him. Maybe he's changed his mind.
What do I need to know about the water carriers?
We need 3. Right now, some of the burgers' hands are doing the job.
And they need to go all the way down to the river for water.
Of course, where else would they get it? Gallows Hill? It's not an easy job, but someone has to do it.
What can you tell me about the other carriers?
It's dirty, but it's a job that needs to be done. There'll be more than enough work for them. Some places are overflowing.
Sounds disgusting. Why would anyone want the job?
Ah, no es bosta, es
All else
mierda
fails, I'll
directamente.
pay 2 groschen for every 1 I pay the water carriers. That might convince someone.
That's all I need to know.
Good luck, then.
O sea, literalmente tienen que cargar mierda. El escriba. Pero este desastre. La sastrería nunca está abierta. ¿Está abierta? Nunca había visto abierta esta sastrería. Ah, vos sos el puto sastre. Nunca está trabajando este loco. Siempre se me hacen mierda las cosas porque no están. Este vago nunca está. Es más, capaz que me puedo fijar algo más lindo.
Let's talk about the problem.
Naturally.
God be with you, Henry.
Is this enough?
You're a right.
Is this enough?
That's not enough.
Greetings, Henry.
Aye, for that amount, I can.
¿Qué tengo puesto? Ah, acá es. Todas estas casas son lo mismo. También. Las capas, ¿dónde va? Allá. Lo mismo. Menos ruido. Amarilla. Qué horrible. Pero necesito algo así yo. No, esto no.
Can we do something about the problem?
Well, we can try.
What do you...
You won't convince me.
May the Lord watch over you, Henry.
Agree?
That's not enough. Aye, for that.
Este me quiero sacar. Es horrible esa casaca. Ah, espera, yo tenía que hablar con el escriba. ¿Por este lado? No. ¿Dónde está la casa del escriba? Acá arriba, en teoría. Entonces... ¿se entrará por acá? Ah, cierto que vivía allá arriba, sí. Fuck. ¿Hace cuánto está tirado ahí?
I can be of help to you, knight.
Un segundito, chicos. Registro de
I'd
desliz.
like to ask if...
Ah, this knee of mine hurts like hell.
I'd like to ask...
Young man, there's always someone who wants to ask something. What do you need?
I wondered if you could take a look in your books for me, and,
Books? God above, am I to shuffle around here with my knees the way they are?
I could bring you something for your knees.
From some old hag? That's nothing but a load of... Oh! Ow! Oh! Well, I suppose it might be worth a try.
The bailiff sent me.
That's another matter, then. What do you
Qué
need,
hijo de
friend?
puta.
Is it possible to find out from the records where someone lives?
You think we keep records of every serf? For Christ's sake, they breed like rabbits.
But I thought that in the rat house, though, in the books...
Boy, the books are for recording pacts, undertakings, punishments, property rights, and so forth. In other words, important things. We don't keep records of serfs.
Elishka won't be happy about that.
Elishka? You don't mean the one who married into the Mishek family?
Yes. Yes, you know her.
Why wouldn't I? I used to play dice with old Mishek years ago. He had a son, a nice polite lad. How is he?
Atado.
Well, he's fine.
I'm glad to hear it. I was always fond of him.
And where are the Misheks living now?
A stone's throw from Rate by the small fish pond.
Thanks. What's life like?
Life is good.
Qué hijo de putas. ¿Qué otros libros conseguí? Bueno, eran unos pocos libros más. Lectura ya tengo 7 y un chilón, un chiquitín. Tengo que ir a hablar sobre la... Allá.
Garlic, carrots, beetroots, onions. All the brothers and friends. Half pig one.
Podría hacer la misión de acá. Antes de irme, un amor difícil. No, acuario.
Hey! God Almighty,
No.
I've lost everything. My home, my family.
Roca.
God save you.
No, tampoco. Guardia. A ver, Vincent, si dice algo de trabajo.
I'm glad to see you.
How-
I suppose it was kind of them to take us in.
Did you find...
Folks,
No, entonces... No sé si me dicen explícitamente yo necesito trabajo.
God save you, Henry.
Remind me again where the money's supposed to be.
When we were running from Skalitz, I heard something. I don't know who's... Either way,
Under a dove...
that's all I...
Fine.
Nada de ayuda entonces. Ah.
God save you, Henry.
Nunca entré a esa torre. Ni sé si tiene algo esta torre. Escudo, porras, martillos. Cofre, muy difícil. Acá me voy a pegar una visita una de estas noches acá. Tenerlo en cuenta. ¡Fuasa! Dijo el guardia.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
My God, what happened to you? You look like you've been assaulted.
I'd like to ask about our former neighbours. There are jobs here for some of them, and I have to pick people.
The bailiff told me about it. He still wants our people to do the knacker's job?
What of it? It will benefit everyone.
Not everyone. There's not enough work for everyone, and no one wants to do the knacker's job.
But having a job could save someone's life.
Water carrying, maybe. But if they have to do a job that's not fit for a decent person, only for the knacker or the executioner's servant,
So you think there's no point in it? That it's better to beg than have a job, even if it is hauling shit?
You forget that that's a job for the knacker's hired hand, not for displaced people. When we return to Skalitz, they'll never be able to rid themselves of the stink.
So, do you know who's most in need of some coin and is fit for hard work?
Everyone's in need of coin, but not everyone is fit for such work.
Who should I talk to then? Where will I find them?
I'll talk to them myself and send them to meet you in front of the rat house, so they'll all be in one place. It'll take me a while, though.
I'm also looking for a cook. Do you know of a good cook who's looking for work?
Well, there's Agnes. I've heard she can cook better than anyone. Only...
Well, what's the problem? Did something happen to her?
No, it's just that I haven't seen her around here for ages. I believe she's cooking for the local parish priest and living at the presbytery. So I don't think she's in need of work.
Thanks. I'll go.
Bueno, entonces... Hablar con... Hagen, el mercader. Ya tengo el vino de acá, ahora necesito el... Conrad Hagen. El vino...
My
La
respects to you.
cofia, me parece que la cofia no, la corona de, o el ramo de flores.
The bailiff sent me. He said you're looking for a cook.
That's right. I'm searching for a good cook, but I've said all that to our esteemed bailiff.
Well, I offered the bailiff my help because I know the Skalitz folk.
Ah, I see. Well, ask away then.
Do you have any particular requirements for the new cook?
Well, it would be an advantage if she knew how to cook.
Well, yes, but the bailiff said you had other conditions.
Well, I want a woman who's capable of looking after the house when I'm away on business.
Young, nimble.
What for? I want her to impress people with her food, not her face.
I understand. Sorry. I also heard there are vacant carrier jobs.
Yes, yes. I'm surprised it hasn't occurred to anyone sooner. It will certainly benefit the city if the burghers don't have to send their own servants.
It will benefit my people as well.
Of course, it goes without saying.
Han dicho que se busca
I
gente.
also heard that you need workers to carry, to empty latrines.
It's not dignified to talk of such manners. That's not a concern for decent people.
But I need to know...
Enough. I won't have such talk in my home.
Ok. Agnes. Y ahora tengo que buscar a Agnes. ¿No sos Agnes? ¿No estaba acá adentro Agnes? ¿No la mina que siempre estaba rezando acá?
Eternal rest grant unto them, O Lord.
God be with you, Henry.
Are you Agnes, who works at St. James?
I am. Or I did, before those devils rolled in and burnt down Skalitz. Why do you ask?
I'm looking for a good cook and housekeeper, and everyone I asked sent me to you.
I've been blessed by God.
So it seems. Anyway, the local merchant wants someone who can fit for nobility and take care of his household.
Well, Father Francis was very fond of good food, but I can't just go serve someone else.
Why not?
Because I'm still Father Francis's housekeeper.
But I heard he fled and isn't coming back.
Don't pay any attention. They're just rumors. I'm still his housekeeper.
God be with you, Henry.
Where's Father Francis now?
I don't know. The last time I saw him, he was going to confession in Sasau. But that was before all these terrible things happened. I've heard no word of him since then.
Does he go to Sasau often? Where does he stay when he's there?
Not so often.
Está muerto.
About once a month. He always used to stay in the inn near the monastery, so he wouldn't have far to go.
I'll ask around about what happened to Father Francis. I'll let you know.
How are you, Henry?
A ver si le puedo convencer de que vaya a ir a trabajar. No. Ok, tengo que ir a Zarza. Igualmente tengo que ir para allá para... Vos fuiste mala con ella seguramente. No. Acá está la escalera. ¿Dónde pueden estar? Muy difícil. Pero tú ves. En serio, tiene esas giladas ahí guardadas. ¿En serio? No. Es en serio muy difícil. Sí. Son en serio muy difíciles. What the? Juro que pensé que ibas a tener a... Oh, son todas muy difíciles, o sea, tengo que subir la técnica de robo. No. Nadie, Hitomi está haciendo cagada. Cornelius, ¿quién sos vos?
God save you, good knight. What can I do for you?
Un NN.
Greetings, I was just looking for you. What's going on? About what? The blacksmith's son Henry is in charge. He'll hear you out in front.
Ah, y acá abajo tenía que ir. Bueno, después voy.
Henry, I'm glad you came. The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
My lord, I managed to find a clue to the whereabouts of the bandits.
Excellent. Bernard already told me what's been happening, but I'd like to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
Okay.
The whole story, or just the gist of it, sir?
It's up to you what you consider important.
One of the Neuhoff stable boys, a lad they called Ginger, fled from there and hid out with some charcoal burners. I have to say, there's a lot of them around. I never thought how many forges and ironworks they have to supply.
That's true, but keep to the point.
Oh, yes, sir. I had quite a job finding him. He was well hidden and with good reason. The bandits wanted to kill him because he recognised one of them.
Did he tell you what happened?
He said it wasn't one gang, but two. And one of them took fright when the slaughter started. Seems they were only interested in loot, so they quarrelled with the other lot. Then it came to a skirmish in the woods and one of them was killed. And the rest of them scattered.
And did you find out where they went?
All I know is one of them is from Uzhitz. I know enough about him to be able to track him down.
All right, but those cutthroats must know who he is too, right? And if they want to get revenge on him or silence him, you'd better hope they don't get to him before you. So drop everything and get on his trail. Find out what he knows and then report back to me. I'm going to our encampment at Merhaya to oversee the security of the region.
Yes, sir. Why choose Merhaya?
It's somewhat at the centre of events, isn't it? And what's more, there's another stud farm there.
Sir, do you think they're going to try the same thing again?
I shouldn't think so. Everyone will be on the alert now, but the secluded dwellings are more vulnerable. There are few people in them. They're scattered everywhere and we can't guard them all.
But the bandits won't find much silver in places like that.
There's always a groschen or two, some food and so on. Anyway, how much silver did they get from slaughtering those horses?
True. If they'd stolen them, they could have sold them. Those were fine animals.
Exactly. It's not about the silver. It's about something else.
But what?
Creating fear. Such great terror that you won't even squeak when they come to cut your throat. Never mind raise your hand against them. Fear that will root you to the spot, staring like a rabbit entranced by a stoat, waiting for the death blow to fall. Helpless to do anything about it.
I have some news about the investigation, sir.
Good. Tell me.
The trail leads to Uzhitz. I found out one of the bandits is from there, a fellow they call Limpy Lubosh.
I see. What else?
That's all I've found out so far, sir.
All right. Come back and report to me as soon as you learn anything new.
Acá. Vamos a ir otra vez a rataje. Vamos a hablar con... Vamos a hablar con los pibitos en el trabajo. ¿Quién quiere trabajo? Después vamos a ir a... no me acuerdo cuál era. Sí, Usche o esa ciudad que empieza con U. Va a buscar lo que busque la mina. Vamos a intentar encontrar el bandido. Comida. Fuck.
Henry, I'm glad you stopped by.
How are you, Henry?
May the Lord watch over you, Henry.
Vegetables, fruits, apples, cucumbers, onions. Come get 'em.
Let's have a word about the price.
Welcome, Henry.
Well, we can try it.
These cucumbers, they'll stay firm all winter. Buy 'em before someone else does.
I'd all... Aye.
Comida, panecillos. Perfecto. Cerdito. Oh, shit.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
Greetings, good knight. How may I serve you?
Good day, Henry.
Agua
You're
dulce.
here about the water carrying?
Aye. I can haul water all day long.
So, do you want the job? There's plenty of other folk that will take it if you don't.
I do. I want it. What do I have to do?
So tell me, what was your trade before?
I was a miner, then a farm laborer, then I was a servant, then I fled from Scullets and ended up here.
Quite the factotum, aren't you? Was none of those jobs good enough for you?
I liked them all, but they were always sending me to do something else. Pickman, they'd say. Leave this and go and do that.
Pickman, that's your name?
Actually, my real name's Vassal, but they call me Pickman.
Is that German?
No, it's from when I was in the mines, digging with a pick.
Huh.
Besides water, you could carry, you could empty latrines.
What? Carry shit? That'd be a new one for me. Though, it's not a thing I'd go around boasting about.
So you're keen on carrying...
I've been keen on it since I got up this morning.
And you had another job before this morning, or what?
No, no. I was just joking.
How are you holding?
What can I tell you? I've seen better days for sure.
What happened with the bailiff? He couldn't get a word out of anybody.
That peacock, what was strutting up and down and shouting at everyone? He told me he'd no time to listen to a buffoon like me. So I shut my mouth.
Well, I could put in a good word for you, but you'll have to scratch my back too.
Fair enough. Show me where it itches.
Ay, qué pelotudo.
No, you dolt. It's just a saying.
Ah, right. I see. Well, as it happens, I've got something great for you. Treasure you wouldn't dream of.
Treasure, you say? Right, you got my attention.
I see you're a smart man. A man who knows a thing or two about the world. I've got... Wait for it. I've got a piece of the Queen of Sheba's sword.
Never heard of her. Who's she?
Sí.
She was a great queen in ancient times.
Líalo,
She gave Solomon a sword with magical powers.
Magical, eh? You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
No, it's true. It's in the Bible. And this sword, once it's put back together, nothing can stop it. It can cut through bones, teeth, even
Sabiendo cómo el juego podría ser real.
I see. But you've only got one piece. What's that good for?
I couldn't get it all. The
Right,
fellow I
no.
bought it off didn't have the rest. He sold off bits and pieces. But they've got powers of healing, you see? And put strength in your... you know... manhood. What do you say? Deal?
Está bien. Porque...
I'll get you the job, and you'll give me the piece of the Queen of Sheba's sword.
Agreed.
A ver, ¿qué sos vos, Vincent? Tengo 5 trabajos. A este le voy a dar el de juntar mierda.
My God, what happened to you?
Are you here on...
Yes, I am. My name is Vincent.
Nice to meet you. I'll ask a few questions and we'll see. Alright?
Fine. Ask away.
¿Cómo la
What did you do before this?
I work for my father.
Doing what? Who's your father anyway?
He was Moimir. We had a farm near Scarlet's.
Really? His farmhands came to the tavern a lot, but I never saw you there.
I don't go to taverns.
So you're probably here about carrying water, right?
Aye.
Hola Dark, ¿cómo andamos? ¿Todo bien?
To carry water.
That's all? You've nothing more to add?
That's what's needed, ain't it?
How are you holding up?
Well, I'm alive. But I miss my father. And the farm, too. But Ma says there's no use dwelling on it. Life must go on.
What happened with Bailiff? You couldn't get a word out of anybody.
I don't know. I didn't talk to him at all.
¿Cómo van los asesinatos? Van. En realidad no he matado mucha gente importante en el juego. Salvo algunos bandidos y algunas cosas así.
And what would you... Come now. You say you want the job, so prove it to me.
Mother told me I should go and help. If you don't want my help, fair enough.
That's enough for now.
Ok. A este no me convence darle un trabajo. ¿Cuántos son? Pero son 5. O sea que no tengo que elegir a...
You just going to pretend I'm not here?
Antonia, ¿y vos quién sos?
God save you, Henry.
Hey, Henry's come to see us.
¿Y por qué mataste a todos?
What do you want?
I want to work. And I heard you're the one in charge of giving out jobs, not the bailiff.
It's true. Do you
Sounds
know how
safe.
to cook? If you know how to make food for nobles, then I might have something for you.
Welcome, Henry.
Where would I learn to cook food for nobles? I want to carry water.
But Alex has already picked people who want to carry water.
He didn't ask me though, so I came here myself.
Acá. Tengo gente más que suficiente, no es trabajo para una mujer.
Look, I already have more people than jobs. You're a bit late.
But I really
Porque te
need a
cabrearon.
job.
Well, so does everyone else around here.
None of them has a husband on his deathbed.
¿Qué le
He's
pasa?
dying.
Pero,
He's badly wounded.
¿en qué parte
So poorly he's
del
been
mapa
in
lo
his bed
mataste?
for weeks. Unconscious most of the time.
Sorry to hear it.
No sé si está
I
mintiendo.
already owe the apothecary a small fortune. And he won't lift a finger for us now.
Good day, Henry.
Con la vagina.
What did you do in Skalitz?
I was at the silverworks, roasting the ore and washing it.
Henry,
My
I'm
husband
glad you
was at
came.
the smelter.
Oh, Christ. Things got very ugly there. I suppose that's where your
Pero qué
husband was
caballo, ¿qué le
wounded?
pasó al caballo?
It's a miracle you managed to drag him all the way to Ratai.
What else could I do? Leave him there?
Welcome, Henry.
All right. I'll think about it and talk to the bailiff.
And you'll tell him to take me, right?
Sirven para carne. Sí, esa es una cosa que me sorprendió del juego. Que
If you know how to cook fine
que se
food,
puede comer
I
los
could get you
caballos.
a job at the merchant's house. You'd have a nice roof over your head there too.
All I've ever cooked is gruel and soup. Nothing fit for nobles. A roof would be
Good day,
grand,
Henry.
though. Not so much for me, but for my husband. Is there any way you could arrange it?
No. Not unless I lied about your cooking
Henry,
skills.
I'm glad you
But
came.
he'd find out soon enough, and then we'd both be in trouble. I'm sorry, but I can't help.
What am I to do?
I'm truly sorry for you.
Save your pity. It won't heal my husband.
Es una lástima, pero no puedo hacer nada por la mina. Es una cosa moral, que no se pueden comer los caballos nada más.
Greetings, good knight. How may I serve you?
¿Has venido por el
You're
trabajo?
interested in
A
carrying
todos los
water?
mismos le tengo que preguntar.
I am. It's about time something good came to decent folk.
I agree. Now, I'll ask you a few questions.
What? But I want the work and I deserve it. Keep your questions for good-for-nothings.
No. Te voy a preguntarlo.
What makes you so deserving? How did you make a living before this?
Sí,
I
tengo
was
nivel
the
7 de
owner of
lectura,
a
8.
mine. Well, I had a lease on it. But in our line of work, it amounts to the same thing.
The chief, eh? But have you ever hauled a bucket of ore up a hill?
There's no hill in a mine.
O sea, todo el libro que
Just a
lo
shaft with a winch.
que encuentro lo leo o robo.
It's hard work carrying water.
So he's taking care of a mine.
It's not quite the same thing, is it? You need brawn to carry water, not brains.
I wasn't born a mine owner, you know. I've done my share of hauling.
There's also the option of, emptying latrines.
Are you trying to insult me? That's no job for a decent Christian.
True. That's why it pays double.
double, hey?
¿Cómo el nivel de carga? ¿A qué lo decís?
Not bad, but for a man of my stature, no doubt there are more needy souls. Double.
How are you holding up in Ratot?
Not too well. I've tried offering my administrative abilities at the rat house, but the bailiff treats me like a peasant.
He's not an easy man to do.
No, me falta, me parece, Mula 2.
Well, if he gives you a chance to show him.
But the bailiff complained he couldn't get a word out of you.
Tengo Mula 1, sé que tengo, que me aguanta 7 kilos. Mula 2 no lo tengo todavía.
He was vulgar, shouted and threatened to whip me. And then he comes and interrogates.
Well, I can't see how that...
Eso lo tengo que hacer. Pero en realidad me compré el mejor caballo que había, que carga también unos 300 o 400 kilos, así que por ahora estoy bien con el peso.
What would you give?
So that's how it is it? An honest person can't get a job.
Come now. I just want to help, but I'll have my job cut out persuading the bailiff to take you.
All right. I don't have anything, but I know the armourer in Sasau, and he'll give you a good price if I have a word with him.
¿Para qué comprarlo si puedes robarlo?
Cheap armor might come in handy, all right.
Done. As soon as I...
That's enough for now.
Welcome, Henry.
Entonces, a este le hago transportar mierda. A estos dos, agua. A ver vos. Si no viene lo matas. Prefiero comprarlo para que venga.
You're one of the people...
Well, Alex told me that I'm supposed to ask about a job carrying water.
That's right. But first, I'll ask you a few questions. You are...
Peter. But everyone calls me Rock. There was more than enough Peters in the mines. And not just in the mines.
Otro minero.
So...
At the mines? So you're a miner?
That's right. I worked in the East Shaft. And I hope I'll be working there again. Now that I think of it, have you heard anything from their lordships? When will they open the mines again?
No lo sé, no les razón porque estoy aquí.
I wouldn't worry. They won't let a source of silver just sit there. As soon as this thing blows over, they'll open it up again.
God willing, I hope you're right.
Y sí, son de cosas.
How badly do you want to carry water?
Well, right now there doesn't seem to be much work around for miners. And at least I can earn a few groschen.
It's not easy work, though. It's a long way to carry water.
Do you think it was easier in the mines? Digging through rock on your knees all day for months on end?
Nadia. El ruido. ¿No escuchaste que salió por afuera?
There's one more option. Carrying shit.
What? For the knacker?
It's a job.
Altavoces.
What would people say? I need money badly, but I couldn't go back to mining after that.
Un cuerno misterioso. Nunca lo vi, que he andado bastante por el bosque.
But it would be twice the pay.
The money would help, true enough. What about afterwards? I don't want to be carrying shit all my life.
Ah, soples, no. Voy a ver que una vez se pasa algo.
Look at it this way. You'll earn double the money in the same time, or the same money in half the time. That's not bad, is it?
Well, you have a point. I could get it over and done with quickly, and... Alright, I'll take it.
Ya vamos a ver si lo encontramos y vamos a probar.
I'm sure you won't regret it. How are you?
You mean this?
What happened to it, anyway?
That time in Skalitz. I was...
But can you handle carrying water? It's no easy matter.
Sure I can. Like I said, my arm's fine.
The bailiff said he couldn't get...
Well, he's not the most popular man.
Maybe, but if you lot had just talked to him, I wouldn't have to run around dealing with this, and you'd all have a few groschen by now.
Siempre uso Oreos guardados, así que no tengo problema.
There's no point crying over spilled milk.
¿Qué, ya te pasó a vos?
What would you give if I put in a
good word?
Sure. If I put in a good word for somebody to the...
But I haven't got a pot to piss in. I lost everything.
Oh?
I heard about it at the mine. Before Scat.
So, what did you hear?
They found something they wanted kept a secret. There weren't any rumors about a silver scene, but what else could it be?
The punishment for stealing the king's silver is hanging or burning at the stake.
I know, but you can't be burned for stealing silver nobody knows about.
Es
That's enough for
suficiente.
now.
Listo, este carrea mierda. Y el último, ¿vos qué crees? Y tiré ese cuerno cuando me mataron por décima vez. ¿En serio? Voy a tener que buscar. ¿En qué bosque lo encontraste?
God, what happened to you?
No pasó nada, no tengo nada. Estoy un poco sucio,
You
¿no?
hear about the...
How?
Hold your horses. We haven't decided yet who gets the job.
What for? I can handle the job.
What trade did you do before?
I worked in the mines.
Ah, the name...
I was. I came last autumn.
We're not finished yet. I heard you lot don't want to talk to the bailiff.
I don't know much about that.
Ahí te lo
So I
muestro.
kept my mouth shut as well. That's the way we do it at the mines. He didn't even really ask me anything anyway. Just mumbled something under his breath.
What would you give?
What could I give when I don't have a pot to piss in? All I have is a strong arm. Whenever I hit anything or anyone, they
Que bien
stay
pegado.
Well, if I get you the job, will you show me how to really hit someone hard?
I could. Deal then.
Deal.
Deal.
Me gusta, me gusta, me gusta, me gusta.
Are you here?
Well, I'd rather be back at the winch. Turning it... But now I want to carry water at least, since there's some money in it.
En el bosque arriba de Usche o algo así.
Well...
Not a chance. I'm not carrying any shit.
And what...
Didn't I mention something?
You did? But more money?
I wouldn't be under the winch anymore. More like under the stench.
I know everything I need.
So, can I go carry water then?
Not yet. I'll tell the bailiff.
Well, I hope he chooses me. Otherwise...
I'll bear that in mind.
Use. La bruja está acá. Pero a todos los arboristas le decían bruja. A todos los arboristas le decían... Sí, te dije bien. Entre Tambel, el que tiene una forma de Y en ese lado izquierdo. Ahora lo vemos. Uy, no me fijé. Shit.
Be a bit more careful.
A Pico y a quién más era. ¿Se fueron toda la garcha? Shit. Agnes, la cocinera. Pico es ofrecido por la... Pico. Fuck. Pico. Fuck, no me acuerdo cuál era cuál. Pico sé que era para lo... para la mierda. Dale, lo voy a tener en cuenta. Igual no he ido mucho a Talberg todavía. Recién estoy haciendo una misión de Talberg.
I know everything I need to know to pick the carriers.
Splendid. I'll be glad to get this damn business off my back. So how have you decided?
Asparagus that'll cut you in half and cucumbers that'll cure what ails you.
So, how do we do this? Do I just give you their names, or should I send
Opa, muchísimas gracias por el follow, Dark.
Whether they should carry water or something.
¿Hace mucho lo estás jugando el juego o lo estás viendo desde stream nomás? Basil Pico.
Vasil goes by the moniker of Pickman.
Pickman. I hope he doesn't have a history of pickpocketing.
No, no. They call him Pickman because he worked in the silver mines, and he was very keen with the pick. So much so, he managed to chop off 2 of his fingers.
Well, he can't do too much damage with a bucket, I suppose. Where do you want to put him?
Carrying shit.
Good. One person for this job. Next.
Tonda el Torno.
Tonda. They call him the winch.
The winch. Ought to be good with a bucket anyway. What's he going to do?
Ese agua.
To carry water.
So we have one person to carry water. Who's next?
No me acuerdo cuál era cuál.
Peter, better known as Rock.
Peter? Rock? Didn't he get into a fight and injure his arm? Well, what should he do?
Carrying shit.
Good. One person for this job. Next.
Vincent.
Vincent?
To carry water.
So we have one person to carry...
Cornelius.
To
carry water.
So we have one person to carry water. Who's next?
That's it.
Good. All decided. Now about the cook's job.
I'd like to talk to you again about that job.
No.
That's all I need to
know. Good luck then.
Y ahora me saca la conversación. Bueno, no importa. La cocinera tengo que ir a hablar con la mina. Yo las estoy intentando encontrar solo, sin ninguna ayuda. Pero para irme, ejemplo, el segundo mapa que está por acá, me pudrí y busqué un video. Tendría que venir acá. Tengo que ir rápido ahí. Para hablar con la familia de la mina que está con el verdugo. Pero o sea, vas más avanzado que yo en el juego. Dale, dale, nos estamos viendo. Muchísimas gracias por el follow. Y suerte. ¿Turno de qué? Otra, tenés que trabajar. Au. Ay, ay, au, ay, 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 au, ay, au, au. Decime que no se me murió el caballo. No. Yo quedé hecho solete, pero no. El caballo no se me murió. ¿Está herido el caballo? Me dice boleta. ¿Acá era? Sí, un poquito más adelante.
What is it now?
I've got information about your daughter-in-law.
Elishka's fine, only she needs...
Never heard of her. Get lost.
She's your nearest kin. Elishka's part of your family, and she really needs you...
I won't help anyone.
¿Por qué no?
I could make it worth your while.
Really? And what is it you want?
Your son's
Vieja
widow
forra.
needs help. She has nowhere to go.
What do I care about some useless girl?
With an attitude like that, you must be popular around here. I wonder how quick your neighbours would be to help you if you needed it. I wonder what they'd do if your house should happen to catch fire.
What the...
And if you happen by chance to be locked inside.
What are you implying, boy? Shall I go and get my pitchfork?
She could help you with the farm. She definitely knows how to take care of things.
We're all right on our own. We don't need another mouth to feed.
¿Y si tengo... Ah, 8 menos 1.
This might help you decide.
¡Qué vieja forra!
What about this?
Well now, a little more.
No quiero llegar a... ¡Qué suegra de mierda!
You took the words out of my mouth. Send her here then, but don't let her think she'll be taking it easy. She'll have her work cut out.
That sounds quite...
And if I hear a peep out of her, I'll take a stick to her back.
Fine salvation this is.
Sí. En realidad no sé en qué la metí. Te voy a cagar choreando, vieja forra. Había hablado con el marido.
Is there a fire? Oh? Oh, bugger off then.
Qué viejos forros que son. Dale de vuelta, andate, viejo forro. Soy una porquería, soy una verga.
I see someone stealing. There's a thief here. Guard, come here, quick.
serio? Y no puedo correr porque... Bla 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 bla.
I see a thief.
Uy, tengo poca vida.
What about Fix?
¡Otra vez! Pero soy un pelotudo y me caigo con el caballo. Me estás cargando que se cae con el caballo. Bah, qué sé yo. Se los merecen por viejo forro los dos. Yo le diría a la mía, si te llegan a levantar un dedo o algo, llámame. Y bueno, me parece que... No, dale mismo a ese motoca a nadie. Anda, ¿podrías fijarte quién tiró algo allá en la... Para que alguien hizo cagada. Pero yo no quiero motocos.
God be with you, Henry.
You're not crying now?
I'm not. I've wept enough for a lifetime.
It's a bit of a change since my last visit.
I haven't had much luck in my life, but I've always worked things out in the end. Tears
No,
are
el
no
disco
help to
chiquito se le
anyone.
olvidó
That's true.
el Nico.
So, did you find out something about
No.
them?
I did. I found your husband's father and mother, and they're willing to take you in.
But
They're not very nice people, Elishka. They'd probably work you to the bone. But you would get fed.
life is never easy. But at least I'd have a family.
You're right. I'll have another talk with Herman.
A ver qué me dice. Primero vamos a lavarlo.
Ilishka's looking better.
She is, but she's not happy. God sent the poor girl great trials.
Indeed.
Did you know her whole family was wiped out by the plague? She was barely 12.
Losing your family isn't easy.
Ah, sorry, I wasn't thinking. So, did you find out anything about that kin of hers?
I have. I tracked them down. They say they'd take her in, but I'm not sure she'd do well there.
Leave that to her. I just hope she'll be better off than now.
I've heard the way you talk about her, and would you like Ilishka to stay?
You know, Hal, she was always the sweetest girl. When she came with her family to Ratai, still single, she was a sight to behold. And it might surprise you, but she even had a word or two for me now and again. It grieved me when she married that wastrel. It was a foolish idea, but I always thought maybe she and I could... Well, fate likes a good laugh. Now I've strung up her old man. I have her under my roof. After all the years I was thinking of her. I don't want her to leave, but I don't want her to be unhappy here either.
Have you made your mind up?
I can't decide. I don't know Mishik's kin at all. But at least I'd have a family.
Herman could give you a family too.
He's a decent, upright fellow. I've met none better, and that's the honest truth. But he's an executioner.
And what's the problem? That the other women won't chat with you down at the creek? Did that sort of gossip ever interest you anyway? He's a fine man, isn't he? He's willing to take care of you, and he has the means to do it. And he wants you. He's so sick with love for you, he can't even sleep.
But did he really say that?
He told me he's been in love with you for years. He said he always thought you were the sweetest girl in Ratai.
It's true. We used to meet now and again and exchange a few words. Well, he always treated me nicely. By all that's holy, you're right. I'll stay here.
¿Por qué tanto grollo me dieron?
Herman,
Yes?
can I stay here with you?
You mean for good?
If you don't want me to.
You can! By God, you can! You've made me the happiest man in the world.
No importa lo que todos digan. Si se quieren. Que se queden con el
Thank
grosso.
you, Hal. Thank you.
Think nothing of it. The main thing is everything worked out well.
It did. It did. Thank you. And I want you to have this. God almighty. I've got Alishka. After all these years, me, the executioner, has the woman he loves. What is it?
Dame esta test
Be a bit
marker.
more careful.
Ahí me gustó un poquito más. Vamos a dormir a mi cama, así nos curamos ahora. Vamos a quitarnos las cosas robadas también. Cosa de que dejen de ser robadas. Ah, mira dónde va. Ah, inventario, armas. No tengo nada más, armadura. Comida, nada. Ah, manzana tengo ahí. Otros... Los libros que he leído. Y en el caballo... 3 arcos. Estas no. Esto sí, esto también. ¿Esta hacha? No, esta hacha de con. Y los libros. Eso deben ser... Perfecto. Y acá armaduras. Armas. Los arcos los dejo. Chiporra dejo. Esto también. Hacha, esto también. Armaduras. Esto se va, se va, se va. Se va, 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 se va. No. La última no se iba. Todo esto se va. Estoy pesado todavía. Ah, por los... Libro, libro, libro. Libro, libro. Libro, 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 libro. Bueno, en realidad no son libros, son estas cosas. Armas no tengo nada de más, armaduras. Perfecto. Este y este. Bueno, hicimos varias misiones hoy. ¿Qué te pasa, Seiya? ¿Qué pasa? Venga, mi Seiya. A ver qué me dicen los guardias. En todo caso pasaré un día en la cárcel, unos días en la cárcel y listo. Nada, está viendo si está todo bien. Ah, vos cerraste la puerta de atrás de todo, ¿no?
Hey, you stop right where you are. Surrender! You were seen picking a lock. Well, you won't forget this in a hurry, because it'll take a nice pile of coin to fix it.
60.
Oh, come on, Mike.
Sure.
Damn it. Here's your coin, then.
All right. Just make sure and hand me over those stolen goods.
Ah, no es nada de lo que tengo. Pensé que algo de lo que tenía estaba... Bra. Ah, está todo bien. Ah, están todas las cosas. Ahora tengo que ir a... Ausce, no sé cómo le dice. Ataque en el camino.
Kill me! I'll fucking show you. What's up? Shit yourself?
¿En serio? ¿Sin... En serio, un pibito sin arma. Decidió mal el atacar. Muy mal.
I've got this plan. What is it? It's just that you seem to me like a man who does, and I'm looking for. Let me put it this way, and I. So excellent.
En media hora vamos a dormir.
God be with you.
Is there anything
Nothing out of the ordinary.
I'm looking for a fellow who lives here, but I don't know his name. Do you know anyone with a limp?
What would you want with him? Well, it's no skin off my nose. The bastard has a cottage on the edge of the village by the road to Ratai.
Vamos a practicar un poquito de arco. No, acá no es el arco. Ah, ¿qué está haciendo cagada nadie? ¿Por acá no tiro con arco? Sí, acá a la izquierda. Dale, ¿qué? ¿Hay nadie? ¿No? El esquiva tendrá algún libro para vender, comprarlo.
God be with you.
Segador. Un libro de habilidades sobre lectura. Peso 1. Precio 47. Segador 2. En torneos. En torneos y justas caballerescas. Sobre el cisma papal. Sí. Sobre las adamitas. Sí, ¿por qué no?
Let's have a word about the price. Agree?
You are right, Pink. Aye.
Esto se tiene que estudiar. Sobre torneos. Los torneos justos son uno de los entretenimientos favoritos de la corte de BS. El caballo. Lectura 7, casi 8. Ah, dicen cazadores y... cazador. Carnicero, perdón. Y... ¿Para qué? Parece que le pifié feo. No, sí, para abajo. Lo pasé. ¿Establo? ¿Qué es esto?
Hey, Henry's come to see us.
¿Y toda esta gente? El renco. Lo mataron.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
That's what you call nothing to see. I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhoff?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Mierda.
Sakra. Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
O sea que mataron al Rengo.
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Has he been up to anything
Oh,
suspicious
fuck.
lately?
Otra vez.
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhoff raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now, and nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
The parish priest here in Ujits, he's a peculiar sort of cleric. I noticed he's quite handy with a sword.
He is indeed. He's as hard as nails. More than once he's intervened in a brawl in the tavern and sat everyone on their asses. He's not to be taken lightly.
I doubt he acquired those skills at the seminary.
You know how it goes. The nobles send their youngest sons to study for the priesthood, and our parish priest has blue blood in him. He probably learned to fight at home before he went to university. That's how it goes with those aristocrats. But I heard something happened and he was roving the world for a while. I don't know what he got up to though.
Another thing. I've come in the name of Sir Hanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhoff, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know how I can help you, but ask if you must.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
You could see at first glance he was no good. I kept well out of his way.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time, and then yesterday he turned up at the church and even talked to the parish priest. I never saw him do that before. Probably had a bad conscience.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhoff was...
I don't think he was home. I didn't see him all day.
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with? Kin or friend?
As far as I know, he had...
That's all. Thank you.
Con razón estaba el maestro arquero allá atrás.
God save...
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Light.
Bla 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 bla.
Sir Hanush gives a job like that to a young fellow like you? Well, what do I care? Ask.
That man Lubosh who was murdered.
He was a strange one. Always drinking, bad-tempered. Lord knows how he made a living. Well, maybe now I've got an idea or two.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
I didn't see much of him lately. Not even in the tavern. Not till yesterday in...
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhoff was...
I don't think he was home at all. Wait. Are you saying he...
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with?
I really don't know. As far as...
Okay.
That's all.
No
Thank
tiene
you.
mucho... casi nadie, aparte. Vamos a preguntarle a todo. Vamos a hablar con todo para ganar diálogo, pero no creo que me digan nada más que lo de...
I hope I can be a...
I'm looking for the local groom. Where can I find him?
If he isn't in the stables, then I've no idea where he's got to.
I've come in the...
I don't know. No.
That man Lu...
I didn't really know him. He...
Have you noticed anything...
Come to think of it, he was in church. I was wondering what he was up to. To take to the faith all of...
Do you know what Lubosh was...
I was coming from the tavern very late that night, and I caught a glimpse of someone entering the village. He looked like he was in a hurry. It was only a shadow against the sky, but after what happened, I wouldn't wonder.
Do you know anyone Lubosh...
Not with anyone from the village. He used to sit in the tavern next...
That's all. Thank you.
Damn!
¿Quién es Pavel? Ah, Pavel no es el de la taberna.
I am at your service.
I've come in the name of...
Blah 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 blah.
That man Lu...
He was a drunk. He was always looking for a fight.
Have you noticed anything...
Well, now I think of it, I hadn't seen him around for a while. No idea where he was skulking.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day...
Not a clue.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time...
He was a loner.
That's all. Thank you.
Todos me dicen lo mismo, que era solitario, bla bla, y algunos me dicen que estaba en inglés.
I've come in the name of...
I don't know how I can help.
Who was this?
You could see at first
Have you noticed anything?
there wasn't sight.
Have you noticed...
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time, and then yesterday.
Do you know what...
I don't think he was.
Do you know who...
As far as I.
That's all.
I hope I can...
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa.
I don't know nothing.
That man Lubosh.
I didn't really know him. We kept...
Have you noticed anything...
Come to think of it, I was wondering what he was up.
Do you know what...
He looked like...
Do you know any...
Not with any...
¿Y este en qué me entrena
That's
esto? Equitación. Vamos a preguntarle a hablar con todos, aunque ya sé que no me van a decir nada especial.
I've come... Who was...
You...
Have you... That's all. Thank you.
What is it?
Lord above, they did a hell of a job on him. Must have been agony. How come no one heard anything?
A ver si me dice
I
algo.
hope I can.
Nothing here. Nothing here.
No es muy buena idea de comer del caldero de un hombre muerto, pero... no me va a hacer nada el cura.
God save you. What can I do for you?
I've come in the name.
Of course.
That man.
He was a dr...
Have you noticed that?
Well, now I think of it.
Do you know what?
Not a...
Do you know any?
He was a loner.
That's all.
Any word?
Enough for a dozen men. You could take the place of that useless stable hand Vashek for a start.
What happened? Did he do something wrong?
Just found out that he lost our pie.
Lost it where? In his stomach?
No, Pie was our fastest stallion. A lovely dappled one.
Oh. Well, that's bad news. How did Vashek manage to lose him?
He fell, banged his head, and the horse bolted. Can you fathom it? A stable hand falling off a horse. And then Pie took off at a gallop.
Well, I can't take Vashek's job, but I can try to find you a pie.
That would be nice of you. If there's anything you need to know, ask that fool. I was too livid to even speak to him.
Right.
I'm looking for the local groom.
Well, you found him. What can I do for you?
The Lady Stephanie of Talmberg sent me. She said you have a roan ready for her.
Well... Chamberlain Dietrich said someone would come. We have him here, but if he's ready, I can't say. That miserable horse will let you saddle him and walk him around the courtyard, but as soon as someone sits on him, he goes completely wild.
That horse is supposed to be presented at a noble woman's wedding. It probably won't be appropriate if he makes a spectacle of his rider. Is there anything I can do?
Try asking Vasha. For some reason, that devil horse listens to him. Then take the horse with you. Dietrich's arranged everything.
I'd like to buy a...
Well, now.
I have.
Nothing but the best. Is there one in particular you found?
Cada este que tiene caballo nivel 5, el hijo de puta. Acá está, allá estaba.
How's the head?
So even strangers know my shame. Come on, then. Come and take a closer look at Vashek the Blockhead.
I'm not here to mock.
So what is it you want?
I promised the head groom that I'd look for pie.
Well, good luck with that. I've been searching half the day, although I have been seeing double ever since that bang on the head, so it's possible I missed something.
Can you describe pie for me?
Long face, 4 legs.
Well, that should narrow it down. Does he have any distinguishing features? Like a colour, for instance?
Sorry, he's a dappled grey, a stallion, and he's really fast. Well, that won't help you much.
Quite the opposite. Where did you fall off, Pie?
Just south of here, between the fields and the woods, there's a crossroads where 4 paths meet. It was around there.
4 paths? So we could have gone anywhere?
Now you see my problem.
When was that?
In the morning. Then I staggered about for a while, feeling as rough as a boar's ass. I was glad to stagger back here in the end.
Fine.
Thanks. If you find him, the groom might go easier on me.
Well?
Pies used to take in the bridal ways, so I'd keep to those.
That's useful. Thanks. I heard you have a way with the horse that unsaddles everyone else.
Yes. I suppose I do.
And how do you do it? How do you calm him down?
I'm good to him.
Listen, Vashek. I've been entrusted by the Lady of Talmberg. I need you to help me understand how to calm down that roan.
Lady Stephanie?
Then you know her.
She's a good person. She even talked to me
Yeah.
once.
Porque
I
era
know
una
her too,
lady.
and she was nice to me as well. Will you help me with the roan?
You have to sing him his favorite song.
Y
Which
decímela.
one would that be?
2 horses come roaming in the merry month of May to graze in the shade of the apple tree there. The first one is brown and the second is grey. Which shall I ride to my maiden so fair?
That's, interesting.
I know how it looks, but he likes it.
Thank you, Vashek.
Pegaso. Rocinante. ¿Y cuál es el caballo? No estoy hablando de eso ahorita. No, no, son nombres de caballo. Hablé con el sacerdote. No, gautita. No, los caballos tienen nombre ya. Sino que está buscando uno, Ruano se llama, me parece.
So, boy, want me to sing? You're definitely the first horse I've ever serenaded. 2 horses come roaming in the merry.
Bueno, por lo menos me hizo cagar literalmente hasta acá. Tengo 2 de 3 cosas. El vino. Acá arriba está. Ya son las 5, así que termino esta misión y nos vamos a acostar gorditos, ¿sabes?
The Lord save you. What do you need?
I brought the roan, my lady.
That's wonderful. There weren't any problems with it, I hope.
Nothing too serious. He's a little wild, but I was able to handle him in the end.
Well, that won't do. Sophie can't have some wild horse at her wedding starting a stampede.
But I've learnt a trick. If you sing to him, he calms down.
You sang to a horse?
It's quite true, I'm afraid. I sang to a horse.
Well, then you'll have to sing something to me, too.
My lady, I don't know if I...
So I know how to calm down that roan. Go ahead, sing.
Two horses come roaming in the merry month of May to graze in the shade of the apple tree there. The first one is brown and the second is grey. Which shall I ride to, my maiden so fair?
Oh, how beautiful. I'm not surprised the horse calmed down after hearing such a lovely voice. Anyway, I'll think about what to do with the roan. But thank you, Henry.
Hey.
I brought the wine.
Wonderful, wonderful. No wedding is complete without good wine. Find somewhere here to put it down. I'll send for a servant to bring it later. I hope you had no problems acquiring it.
Let's just say that when I got to the merchant, my task had only just begun.
But you were able to handle it. Thank you so much, Henry.
Gatos, dejen eso.
Watch where you...
Sí.
Are you...
Bueno. Falta un poco funcionar acá. ¿Esto qué es? Ah, tengo que hablar con el... con el sacerdote. Espero que me deje hablar. Gatos, dejen eso. En serio, nada más que esa porquería tenía acá. Sé que tenían algo de plata, algo de oro acá, porque si no... Hay un Kiki acá. Hay un Kiki acá. Jo. Acá sí tiene boludos. ¿Están en la faca de iglesia, no? Yo rondando arriba, robando cosas y luego acá abajo. Qué gato hermoso.
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as
No tenés
investigators.
lag.
But ask as you wish,
Bueno,
boy.
pero mira el
I hope
MS,
this
¿no
nasty
es? El lag.
business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know
El servidor.
What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Está todo perfecto acá en el... Es el servidor del log.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
Sí.
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son. And one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Tiene que haber excepción.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
For heaven's sake, Father, can you really look me in the eye and tell me that, when you know you may be condemning innocent people to death?
I can, because if I broke that vow, the consequences would be much worse than if I didn't. Maybe not immediately, but one day. The mills of God grind slowly.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening, in the tavern, over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
Ya te pongas borracho y vas a hablar igual, sin que te interese.
The blessings of our Lord be...
And with you, lad.
La taberna estaba por este lado.
the hell are you doing?
Pour me one.
¿Se colgó nomás?
Want to try your luck? Nice. The best of
Cuatro, 4. Shit, me hizo verga. No, mala suerte, no. Tienes 2-5. Ah, es un 1 eso.
A tankard here.
Pour me an ale.
your turn.
¿Dónde está el padre? Joseph, Basek, Puré, Pavel. ¿Adentro estará? Che.
Hey, where's my ale?
A tankard of ale for me.
The blessings of our Lord be...
And with you, lad. Take a seat. I'm sorry I can't tell you everything, but maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. The parents, the girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovno. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch, Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujitz, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture.
Hmm.
We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Noel? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhoff stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father.
Ale is
You don't look much like our parish priest at home.
Ale for me.
I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
Good harvest.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
¿Qué cosa?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
My pleasure.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. The tongue-lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison. And nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs. While Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
My pleasure.
Más bebida.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
¿Quieres predicar contra la depravación?
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticises the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Sí, la verdad.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe?
Sí que lo pueden hacer.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
¿Qué voy a parecer ebrio?
Przyszła bida mora lat, to nie ustoi żadnej chlap. Na kraj panuje swej smutek, do dnie i rano utek, niech małżeński majstrat, do wczera żylne staje prak, už sej bojí svatý muži, nechtěl bych kůži, nám je to jedno a tak si dáme jedno a požerem si huby jako poslední jen. Půlky se vábí, ano ráda slávy a tak vypal sudy a posaď se mi sem, tak posaď se sem a vypal je ven. Ukaž kozy jako vozy, zejtra jen tu jsou nejdem, tak nalej mi hned, ať točí se svět.
Enough of this!
Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped, and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out. Oh.
Pero era el
You
sacerdote.
looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Siempre después de estar ebrio siempre me hacen pelear. ¿Qué onda?
The best you can do.
Come on, then, bailiff. You want to fight? Come and get
Ow! It's not all you've
Come on.
Thou shalt not hurt thy... Bastard, you get your penance now. into fighting so bad. So, my dear, would you like to have a little ring on the bell? No sooner said than done.
What the fuck hace mi caballo acá?
I'd love to. And Henry, too, I'm sure. Right, Henry?
Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me? Watch the step, my dear. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Godwin, you're a buffoon.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Oh. We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
Qué hijo de puta.
Ah, bloody oath. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here.
¿Eh? No.
Oh.
Priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
Estamos re en pedo.
Jesus, look where you're going. Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Qué hijo de puta. Que hagamos piña el que sería el...
Godwin, you beast. Get up. Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards.
Oh, fucking hell.
Ahí voy con vos.
Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you?
¿Eh?
Oh, Henry.
¿Para dónde?
My great friend, Henry.
¿Afuera?
And we have a wonderful time.
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. My guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. Oh, what was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten? Where the fuck am I?
¿Dónde coño estoy?
Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
Ow! You're the priest.
Hace un llamado de gato.
Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well.
Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me. I'd like to help you, but you can. You can do the sermon for me.
What?
So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose it's Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look. From what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Para salvarse el culo, sí. Si no, no. ¡Qué hijo de puta!
So all at once the confessional seal isn't so sacred?
Don't mock me. I won't give you a second chance.
Well, all right. I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubosh.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
Darcy muere en la iglesia. Shit. Estoy desnudo, ¿no? Sí.
What's the matter with...
Estaba juntando una plantita. ¿Qué tanto te va a quejar? Caballo, bájate ahí. Hasta el caballo se puso en pedo. La concha de la lora. Te re un pedo el cura.
Never show up. Swill pole.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Just you wait.
Look at him. Mother of God, any minute now he'll throw up.
So I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
Si vos estabas con nosotros también.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabilis a manus suas. Hoc facite in meam commemorationem. Brothers and sisters,
¿Quién es ese?
you may have had the honor of meeting Henry
from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious which one of them will cue first.
No me da que va a decir.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is.
That boy has a cheek.
One should not believe in the church, because the church is not God.
No!
God is above all things, and the church is but a means to salvation, which the prelates do not care to hear.
He's right.
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, cumens, hunger, and chaos. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame! Shame upon them!
And what sins? They live with harlots and keep concubines, even though only marital intercourse for the purpose of procreation is pure. If someone takes a woman or man only to satisfy their own lust, who seduces them to do so but Satan? And how much darker the sin if that man is a servant of the church? Who can turn his face to God, who fornicates and then puts on priestly robes?
Nothing we don't know about already.
Hijo de puta.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates. Away with them.
We're fortunate to have our good Father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
God sees what is happening on earth, and he is filled with righteous wrath that those who should seek the salvation of souls instead seek mammon and the idle comfort of lucrative posts. Blessed are the shepherds who share the poverty of their flock, who are as one with you and bear with you the burden of this earthly pilgrimage, who do not condemn your venial sins.
Aye, all honor to Godwin. Let him drink like one of us.
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
Salía re bien el sermón de mierda. ¿No están convencidos o sí están convencidos?
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
He's right, that was.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a silver tongue.
I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague. I told him nicely.
Sí, fue un poquito de fornicación, pero bueno.
Well, well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin.
So's gluttony. And fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubosh tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Fuck!
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you...
Well, now Lubosh came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
Fell out? Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhof.
That would explain something. Lubosh kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubosh killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko. Pius, Timmy.
Pius. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest.
No, gracias.
And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again sometime.
Yeah, I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
Qué ebrios de mierda los dos. Y Windows siempre te tiene que cagar todo el juego.
What the hell?
Buah, y lo vamos... Ah, espera. Baja la influencia del alcohol, te temblarán las manos un 25% y tu habilidad con el arco es un... más... no me gusta ninguna de las dos, ninguna de las tres. Soy más de la cerveza, así que vamos. Vamos a por la cerveza. Buah. Por hoy lo vamos a dejar acá el juego. Así que muchísimas gracias a todos. Nos estamos viendo mañana. Chau, chau.